Hey everybody, welcome back to Whiskey Trek. I'm Jackson.
I'm Natalie.
And I like catching her off guard. And today we are going to be reviewing, among other things, Sagamore 10-Year Rye. And this rye is from MGP. When we reviewed the 9-year last year, I stupidly said that it was Sagamore's own distillate, and that was wrong. So I'm making sure that I get it correct this year. This is MGP at 10 years old from Sagamore. It does not say cask strength anywhere on the label that I could find, but my friend Joe's probably going to correct me on that anyways. Thanks, Joe. However, even though it doesn't say cask strength, it is 110.8 proof. Yep, got that right. And at that 10-year age statement, it certainly does seem promising. The Sagamore 9-year was one of our favorites last year, and well, everyone loves a double-digit age statement. The color is fantastic. The label is really nice. I like that it's gold with like the red letter and the giant 10 right there. It really looks great, don't you think?
It really, really does look great, and I'm very nervous and excited to try this because it's big sister, it's older sister.
See, in the 9-year, it's much less gold. It's doesn't really quite pop as much on the label.
This one, oh my gosh, competing for bottle of the year for me.
Last year.
Last year.
Yeah. Well, I know that it has a lot to live up to with how much we adored the 9-year. So let's go ahead and jump into it, yeah?
Yes.
All right, I'll go ahead and pour us up. With the 10-year age statement, you would think comes with a price hike. However, the retailer I purchased this from sold it at a list price of $75, which is actually the same that I paid for the 9-year last year, which is such a welcomed relief because almost always, especially in whiskey today, you see things that it's just another increment of $10 or $15 every year, and thankfully, not so. At least in my case, it was not that way. $75 seems like a perfect price to spend on a nice 10-year age-stated rye. Cheers, babe.
Cheers. Oh.
Oh yeah, that smells great.
Whoa.
That smells great.
Oh my god.
It is a perfect combo of traditional rye, allspice, and I always want to say maple syrup. It's not maple. It does have like a maple note, but it's not like maple syrup. What is that called?
Molasses.
Molasses.
Molasses just sort of spilling out of your mouth.
Yeah, it's that darker, more rich molasses. And pine.
Oh,
a little bit of pine needles.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. This smells rich.
This really does.
I get a little bit of toasted oak on the nose also, which is fabulous.
Yes, I see.
At the end there, I got this like dry cocoa. Like my buddy and brother, Adam used to eat the semi-sweet chocolate little like cooking wafers. We just had like a bag of them sitting on our pantry for a while, and every time he would come over, he would just munch on these semi-sweet cocoa nibs, and that's exactly what the like last thing I smell is.
Yeah, this is one of them ryes that just...
Almost get like a, when you go back to it, you almost get a savory note right up front that I get from a lot of Sagamore stuff.
Oh, that's a cool note.
Mm-hmm. You ready for a sip?
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh.
Let's do it.
Oh, you're gonna hate what I have to say.
Okay, right up front,
Yeah.
it's got a very similar profile to their double oaked.
Oh.
It's got like savory but sweet, rich, dark. The finish is that molasses with pine. Noticeably lacking the traditional like MGP allspice kind of note that you get from their ryes. Although MGP's known for the older their rye gets, the sweeter it gets, and boy howdy is this a sweet rye. It is fabulous, I think. The mouthfeel, not quite there from what I thought it might be. You said I was going to be upset about what you had to say.
Yes. So when I was younger, we had a dill plant outside of our house. And before dinner, my dad would never let me snack before dinner, but he said you can pull a little leaf off the dill plant. And so I had so much dill growing up. And I'm a pickle lover. I have had the dill pickle toothpaste, the dill pickle chips, the candy. I've had it all. And if you know what just straight dill tastes like, this is very, very on the nose.
So I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
I've had ryes other than this that are heavy on that dill note, and I hate that note in those ryes. I don't get that here at all. And I'm super sensitive to that dill note because I specifically don't like it.
Well, he hates vinegar. That's why he doesn't like pickles.
That's true. That's true.
Dill is not vinegar.
It's not, but I know what dill is, and I still don't love it in ryes. I get dill in quite a few Willet Estate 4-year ryes, which is why I don't typically buy them very much anymore.
Very interesting.
Yeah, a lot of those have dill in them in the profile, and I don't dig that. I don't get dill at all in this. I think it is fantastic.
Well, good for you and good for me, because I like it and I get it, and you don't like it and you don't get it.
I guess I attribute that green bright note more to like pine in this case.
That's fair.
There's almost a smokiness to it on the finish.
Like a smoky with a little bit of like nutmeg or some sort of like wintry spice together.
I like the nutmeg call. I think that's really good.
Yeah.
I think this is super interesting. The finish especially is complex and changing and evolving the longer it sits. And I really like that. Things that are not impressing me. I don't think that it is all that interesting up front. And I don't think the mouthfeel is as good as it could, or I would say should be, knowing how great the mouthfeel was on the 9-year. Actually, let's just... I should have turned the other way for that one. Okay. The 9-year is actually a lot brighter, less sweet, less that like molasses. More like a traditional MGP rye on the nose, honestly. It's got a little hint of that mint in there that I really like from certain MGP ryes. The 9-year just coats your mouth fantastically, exactly like I remember. There's just a whole coating experience when you swallow that is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
I think the profile on the finish of the 10-year is better. There's more going on. It evolves as you drink it. And then the 9-year is less complex, but the mouthfeel is incredible, and it has that really nice like minty note throughout. I think the 10-year is much more complex than the 9-year.
Yeah, on the nose and palate.
Yes, but oh my gosh, why does the 10-year not feel like that 9-year? That 9-year feels fantastic.
It does. It absolutely does. And now that I'm having them side by side, I thought 9-year was clearly the winner.
I don't think so.
I'm like, well, now.
I think that the 10 is an A and the 9 is an A minus.
Oh, okay. So it's just slightly above 9?
Yes, and the reason being is I am such a big person on mouthfeel. Like when it is so good like this, or things like really old scotches, or some Joseph Magnus cigar blends, like the 13th Colony double oaked, like that is such a part of the experience for me that it does really make a difference. And that's why these grades are so close. And I think both of them for their price are perfectly priced. Like it's exactly what it should be. $75 to $80 for this 10-year rye is perfect. It feels better. It tastes better than that. I think in today's market, it's 100 to 120. And that's why I think it's such a great flat A, because if it had the 9's mouthfeel, at this price with that complexity, I think, yeah, that's an A+ then.
Alrighty.
Thoughts?
I absolutely agree with that. It took much convincing because I'm such a fan of the 9-year. I understand why, like, the minute, tiny details pushed it to be a little bit higher, but I can appreciate it.
Yeah. I went into this thinking it's going to be really hard to beat that 9-year. And on reflection, the 10 is just more complex than the 9-year. And there you go. That's kind of where I landed about it.
Alrighty.
All right, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. If you are Joe in the comments just crucifying me for all the facts I got wrong about Sagamore, then have at it, because that's more engagement. So, you know. Make sure to catch us here next time on Whiskey Trek. We'll still be wearing the same clothes and reviewing a couple more bottles. So, alrighty, guys.
See ya.